Hello, I'm Bill Greer, President of Smart Recovery USA.
And I'm Mark Ruth, the Executive Director of Smart Recovery USA. On behalf of our past, present, and future Smart Leadership Team and our worldwide Smart community, we'd like to share with you several extraordinary presentations from our 2019 Silver Anniversary National Conference.
We hope they will inform your work and inspire your service to Smart. Together, we will embark on our next 25 years of helping individuals and families recover from addiction and find balance and purpose in life.
Okay, so this is the Joe Gerstein Award, but I didn't have anything to do with it. I don't have anything to do with selecting the winner. It's done by a committee. I'm just up here to hand out the prizes. I do appreciate the recognition, however, and I just want to tell you something about the person who did establish the award, Bill Abbott. So Bill is a professor emeritus at Harvard Medical School, a world-famous vascular surgeon, chief of surgery, vascular surgery at Massachusetts General Hospital, and never had a problem with alcohol until he retired. Then he did develop an alcohol problem, had 2 bouts of pancreatitis, and then finally a grand mal seizure. And I was running a meeting at Leominster Hospital, and he was one of 5 or 6 people who were trucked into it. And he listened to my shtick for about an hour and a half and decided this was for him. After that, he became a very devoted and smarty. Did over 1,000 meetings, was one of the best facilitators ever. We had to cut his meeting in half when it got up to 35, 40 people. And he helped writing the handbook, became an online facilitator, and he got involved. The next thing you knew, we had 6 meetings there every week, which was very important to our development because McLean was the #1 mental hospital in the country. So Bill couldn't be here tonight. His health is failing a little bit. He's, believe it or not, 2 months older than I am. So anyway, I just wanted to do that little appreciative notice of him. And now I'll tell you a little bit about the winner, the winner of the Gerstein Award tonight. Coordinator for District of Columbia, Maryland, and Delaware. We took Virginia away from him when it got over 50 meetings. We thought that was a little burdensome. He's been a terrific advocate, establishing meetings, put on a tools conference. The 3rd tools conference is going to take place in October in Laurel, Maryland. I was a speaker one year. There's close to 100 people come each year, and it's had a big influence on promoting smart recovery in Maryland. But that's a minor contribution compared to what I'm going to tell you now. I spent 5 years on the board of Taxpayers Against Fraud, and that organization had retained 2 lobbyists, 1 Democrat and 1 Republican, and paid them a good retainer. David has accomplished more in a year and a half than they accomplished in 5 years, and we don't pay him a damn thing. He's worked his way into innumerable congressional offices. He did spend a time as a staff of a congressional office or committee, so that he knows the ropes and he knows the angles, and he educates all of us about the completely complex and convoluted political processes in Washington. And he's also, but nothing interferes with attending the University of Michigan football game. So David, can you come forward, please?
And I'm not deserving of this award. Who's deserving of this award are all the people that I've worked with and gotten to know through Smart Recovery, and the people I've helped through the training I've gotten in motivational interviewing to create smart meetings, being warm and welcoming places, and the success that we've started to have in educating well-meaning but otherwise ignorant previously members of Congress about how smart recovery can be an integral part in helping people with addiction and fulfill the gold standard of medication, traditional mental health, and mutual aid peer support that works with as opposed to in contradistinction to those other two features. And that's what's driving me and that's what's motivating me to keep going forward. Thank you very much.
I had the opportunity to go to my first conference as executive director, and it was with David at the NAATP, and I got to enjoy and witness firsthand the energy that he has and brings on our behalf. David, well-deserved, and I know his first statement was, there are many more people that deserve this than me, and that speaks to his heart as well. So congratulations, David. The next award, we're going to bring Tom Horvath up, and Tom is going to introduce what is our inaugural Science Award, and he's going to give you the background of all of that, as well as the history that went into that.
The Smart Recovery Science Award is another great idea from Dr. Hank Robb, one of our co-founders, and it's auspicious to give it in this year, a milestone anniversary for SMART. The recipient, Dr. Sarah Zimor, is a senior scientist and center associate director at the National Alcohol Research Center of the Alcohol Research Group in Emeryville, California, part of the San Francisco Bay Area. She's also the training grant director there, and the Alcohol Research Group, at 60 years of age, is one of the nation's leading addiction research centers. Her interests as a scientist include substance use treatment, seeking, and efficacy, AA and other mutual help groups, peer helping and social factors in relation to addiction recovery, racial, ethnic, and gender disparities in substance use treatment utilization, and racial, ethnic, and gender disparities in substance use. Her career includes 70 scientific publications, with another dozen in preparation, and she has been funded by the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism since 2000, and many of those projects she worked as the principal investigator, as in the person in charge. The study that she gets this recognition for is, in my opinion, the most important study that has been conducted about SMART to date, and it allows us to have doors open that never have been opened before. The finding that SMART is equally effective to Women for Sobriety, LifeRing, and Alcoholics Anonymous is actually not surprising given much prior research on common factors in psychotherapy and common factors in groups. However, to predict that this finding would occur is one place to be, and it's a much better place to be to have the finding. But to give you a sense of the time-consuming, arduous, and long-term nature of scientific investigation, I want to read from an email that was written on Tuesday, November the 10th, 2009, by Sherry Allwood to Dr. Zimor. She writes, "Dear Dr. Zimor, Bill White kindly provided me with your contact information. Bill generously volunteered time on Saturday, 3 days before, to speak during our annual online fundraiser. His presentation related to the history of addiction treatment and recovery. During the Q&A period following his presentation, Bill shared that he feels that alternative programs such as Smart Recovery may have a tougher row to hoe based on the fact that our programs include the concept of graduation. In other words, we suggest to our participants that they utilize the program to overcome their addictive behaviors, but they are not required to attend the program for life. Smart Recovery tries to highly encourage our participants when they reach a point where they feel comfortable with having overcome their addictions to continue with Smart Recovery by volunteering, to run a face-to-face meeting online or so forth. We refer to this opportunity as paying it forward. To summarize, everyone in attendance at Bill's presentation thought it would be terrific if some research could be performed that would document the effects of volunteering at Smart Recovery. Bill suggested that I contact you to see if you could assist us with this research. Later that same day, hi Sherry, and CCing Bill. Wow, it was really a fantastic experience to find this email in my box. In fact, I have been dreaming of conducting a study on SMART. We absolutely need more studies on secular alternatives to AA, and I hope very much to conduct some of those studies. As you say, AA, although a powerful program, doesn't work for everyone. People need a range of empirically validated options to choose from, and I am delighted that you're interested in looking at the effects of volunteering in your program. I have been very interested in the therapeutic effects of peer helping in recovery, and have found evidence that peer helping is related to better recovery outcomes in my prior work. I would love to look at peer helping in SMART. I would also be very interested in conducting a more general efficacy trial of SMART. I wonder if we could both do that and an examination of peer helping effects simultaneously. That would be a great, great study, a very much needed study. I would love to chat with you more about this. Now, I have a copy of these emails because within a couple of emails I got included in a string, and then Sarah and I communicated by email every year thereafter, except 2012, there were no emails. But it was a long-term project to bring it all together. On behalf of Smart Recovery, it is my honor to present the 2019 Smart Recovery Science Award to Dr. Sarah Zemmour.
I've always been so interested in studying SMART, and I feel like SMART is doing something really important in the world, and we need the evidence base to capture what it's doing and to communicate with the rest of the world about the important things that are happening within SMART. It's been also inspiring to see the graphs showing the increase in meetings over time, and see this conference coming together. And I think SMART is really reaching an important place with this 25th anniversary. There's a lot of exciting stuff happening. So I just wanted to say thank you to this whole community for supporting the work. The research could not have happened without the support. I think some of you know I'm a recovering AA researcher. It's not easy and not gratifying, and the PAL study was the first study I ever did where I felt like people were actually really excited to facilitate the research. I got emails from individual SMART participants thanking me for doing this work, and that felt really great. But I also wanted to thank Tom Horvath for his support, Joe Gerstein, also Sherry Alwood, who I know has retired, and Christy Farmer, who have all been really helpful. I should mention to my colleague at ARG, Leanne Kaskudis, who's been tremendously helpful as my mentor, who got me on this road. I just want to let you know that this work is continuing, that I am planning to and hoping to add to the PAL study to increase the sample size. I've got a grant that will go back under review to do that. I also have other studies that I'd love to do, and I think there's a window of opportunity for this work at NIAAA now. There's more interest in this. There's more interest in diverse pathways to recovery and in long-term recovery supports. So I hope and believe that there will be more research coming our way. So thank you again.
If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to Smart Recovery's YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the notifications tab to receive automatic updates every time we add new recovery-related content to our channel.